Hey, what's up, guys? It's DJ D Mill checking in today with legendary Boston rapper, hip hop extraordinaire, Omega Red. What's good?
Good, man. What's good? What's good, DJ D Mill? I'm chilling right now. Appreciate you for having me on this platform. And yeah, man, I'm happy to be here.
Cool, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's just start from the beginning, man. Anybody who's not familiar with you, what was it like coming up in the Boston scene? I mean, you have a legendary career. Can you run us down, like, kind of how you got into the game and all that?
Man, this all started when I was really young, though. I started playing saxophone when I was like second, third grade. So I'm an actual musician, So, all through elementary school, junior high school, high school, I honed my musical talents with saxophone. So I'm a saxophone player. All right, that's my go-to. And I play keys and stuff like that, but saxophone is my go-to. So as I got deeper into the music and hip hop started to really take over, I started to like play, samples of like, smooth operator for Big Daddy Kane and all that, you know what I mean? So, and other samples I heard for the Reminisce Over You. So I was honing my skills and all that. And then, improvisation is kind of like freestyling for hip hop. They call jazz, they call it improv. Hip hop, we call it freestyling. So I was already familiar with these type of, musical cadences or creative processes. So that's how I got into like hip hop. And then, as I got older and older, and then start performing for like junior high kids and all that stuff, they start to, the fans would start kind of go crazy while I was in junior high school. So that's when I kind of knew I had a gift of music and connecting to people and performance and stuff like that. So I started performing with a band, I'm talking about late 80s, before, like in junior high school and high school, before performing with a band was a thing. You know what I'm saying? I was already doing that. So that's pretty much how I got into, the hip hop culture. And then just watching the transition as I got, I was born in 76, and I don't care. I'll put age frame on myself. I don't care. So I got to see that transition and inception of hip hop. So I just caught a lot of those things. I caught the old school too. So I got to catch the old school and then be part of the new school. And being in the 70s, I kind of get it. I get with this new school, I get it, because the old school people were hating on us too back in the day. So I tell the young people, I get it. And then the old people, like, oh, these young people, they don't want to listen. I'm like, I get it too. You know what I'm saying? So what I try to do is I try to bridge those gaps between the new school and the old school, and because I'm learning from the new school. I reinvented myself, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to compromise my lyrical integrity, but I still learn that young swag, that new swag. I'm learning from a lot of people. So I give wisdom to the young artists, and they give me the new arrangements and, the new way concept of how I'm making, these new hip hop records.
Yo, I rock with that. Speaking of the old school, what was it like working with Krs One?
Okay, so funny story. So at that point, Mondo was his manager at the time, and shout out to Dwayne "The Rock" Ramos, because he produced that record. Okay. So Dwayne "The Rock" Ramos is actually from New Bedford, Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? And we connected when I started to bubble a little bit when I was on the radio and stuff, on jamming, and then we just connected, and he's like, I'm working with KRS, we can get a feature done. So I was like, let's do it. So we was in Jersey, and Mondo came out, was like, okay, guys, you know what I mean? Y'all ready to do this? Y'all got the money for the collab? And we're like, we have the money, Mondo, we got it. So once he got the money, we got the business stuff out the way, went upstairs, Karis was, yo, what's up, man? What's up?
Big energy, right? Bro?
Yeah, big energy, and we were just, we got to really just kick it. And, I was telling them some of my struggles and the things that I was dealing with. And, he was very, inspiring, and he laid the verse right there with me, Dwayne, and The Rock Ramos. And, we had a banger, you know what I'm saying? So like, he was one of my, he was one of my, like, I guess, bucket list artists that I want to work with, cause that's teacher. So it was an amazing experience, put it that way.
I love it. I ended up DJing for him one time by default. in Minneapolis at First Avenue, and a legendary club. And I'll never forget that night. And he's definitely, they call him the leader for a reason, man.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure. And he has a lot of knowledge, like, I mean, just historically hip hop knowledge, but he has a lot of knowledge about spirituality, religion, African American history and stuff like that. So, like, he was just a plethora of knowledge. So he always would tell me to implement my jazz, my saxophone playing, which I didn't do for a while, like, you know, because I was trying to be like this underground rapper, and you know what I'm saying, and that kind of limited me at that time because I'm a musician, so I can cross all types of genres. And for me wanting to limit myself like that, like, he put me on, it's like, nah, man, you should do this and do that. That's going to make you stand out and make you be different. So he gave me a lot of great advice early in my career, you know, that I'm using to this day.
Oh, man, that's a real OG right there.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of like OGs, your aunt, Donna Summer, now this Angel record that you guys did is very powerful.
Thank you.
It's even like, I mean, you guys still carry her legacy on in Boston every year with this event. Is that still happening every year?
Yeah. I'm surprised you even know about that. You did your homework.
Yeah, man. I'm deep, man. I know you're just very influential in that whole Boston scene. Break it down a little bit what I'm talking about here, so everybody knows.
So I'm on the board with the City of Sports Entertainment with the City of Boston. But how that happened was a good friend of mine, Justin Springer. I think he was doing a lot of mentoring at Jeremiah E. Burke, and I think they wanted to. That's where my aunt went to high school at, and they wanted to like do something for the kids to inspire them, to show them, like, you know, you can be great, you can do these things, and just so happened my aunt went to that high school. So Justin came up with an idea and was like, let's build a mural. Let's raise funds, build a mural, you know, to honor her legacy, but also to show the kids, like, that a lot of these kids didn't know that she went to this school, like, you know, Jeremiah Burke of Dorchester, the rough school. My aunt I don't even think she graduated. I think she left her senior year, went to New York with like $10, and then she got hired for hair. Then she was in Germany. You know what I'm saying? So, like, talking about a leap of faith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
one of the biggest records of all time, man.
Yeah. And what happened was he was like, let's do this. Let's raise the, you know, I was like, all right, let's do this. So we raised the money. And I was disappointed, but also happy at the same time, because she told me one thing. Like, we used to talk a lot, you know, prior to her passing, and she was just telling me, like, Robert, once you have a certain level of success, you got to watch out for friends and family. And I thought that was kind of harsh. Like, dang, that's harsh. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, when I would start to, you know, the campaign to raise the money, or just even talking about it with some friends and family, and like, this is what I plan to do. And they're like, oh, you shouldn't do it there. Everyone's going to think you're going to try to make money on the side. And that, but you know, I had a record with her, and I knew my heart and my intentions, what I plan to do. So, you know, I always talk to my mom about that whole situation. She was just like, Rob, just do you. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why she worked with you and did that record with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let it sit. Because I let it sit for a little bit, because when she passed away, a lot of marketers and promoters wanted the record and they wanted to promote it, and they wanted to capitalize off her death. But prior to that, when I was trying to tell them, like, I just got this record done, no one was trying to fuck with me or rock with me with the record. It was the weirdest thing. But as soon as she passed away, everybody wanted to get the record. And I had remixes in place where producers were trying to leak it. You know what I'm saying? And just to get some 60 seconds of fame, which I got disgusted with in the music. You know what I mean? I got disgusted with it. So I kind of took a back seat for a little bit after that. This was like the mid 2000s. And I got into the music publishing side of things. But working with her in that experience, what happened when I raised the money, Fox News, all these media people came to me, and I got a lot of press on it. I was on, you know, Fox News and all this, you know, all this stuff. And that's when the city approached me and said they wanted to do something to honor her legacy. And that's when they put me on the board. And then we started doing the celebration of summer. So we're in our 9th year.
Wow.
And so we had to take 2 years off because of the pandemic, but we're on our 9th year now. So last year was amazing. We did it right in Boylston Square. It was great. It was a great comeback from, you know, the pandemic. And then we're just going to keep it moving. We're going to keep moving it forward, you know, honoring her legacy.
That's awesome, man. She'd be very proud of you, brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I see that you did multiple mixtapes with different DJs. Shout out to Sammy Smooth. He's affiliated with the Shadyville DJs. Chubby Chub, definitely.
My dude.
Man, the king.
Yeah.
Yo, and I have a particular question because you know me and Mr. Peter Parker, that's like one of my best guys. We've been on the radio for 10 plus years together. Let me get your best Peter Parker story, Mr. Peter Parker story. Dig deep, Omega.
Well, there's a few of them. But I remember this one. I'm gonna tell you what when I first met him. This is like the best story because he wasn't even on radio yet. He was just street teaming, right? And I was real talk. I was like maybe fresh out of jail. I ended up doing 3.5 years in jail. I got out and I wanted to get on radio and talk to people, so I was out there networking. So I was like, I was talking to the radio people and I was like, yo, how can I get on radio? How can I connect? Blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know who Peter was at the time. And I know this other guy was talking to me like, well, here's our number. And I'm just like looking at Peter. I'm like, what am I going to do with this number? Like, this number ain't going to do nothing for me. Yeah. Like, and you see my aggravation because I'm like, I know dude's trying to play me. So Peter was like, yo. Here's my personal number. Give me a call, and then that's how we formed our relationship. And from that point, me and Peter were tight for a long time, like we were inseparable. And then I advised a strategy to get him on radio, and it worked. And he ran this club called The Matrix, and I had the promoters pay for advertisements. So he was on radio advertising the club joint that he did. And it was really wild. Like we had DJ Drew Nice DJing, like I had DJ Drew Nice, his highest paid gig he ever had was from me. So that was the inception of like me and Peter Parker. And then also Leeds used to work with us at the time, just before Leeds Entertainment existed. Right. Yeah. So, and then, Leeds was doing security and working with us as well. So that was that's my best story of Peter, for him actually opening, helping out, giving the opportunity, because a lot of
that night was crazy. He said that was his first like gig and that led him into
it led him to radio.
Foot in the door with radio. So wow. And that definitely changed his life, and he spoke very highly of you, bro. And your name came up. Shout out to Pete, my brother. Before we tap out, Red, what's next for you? What can the people expect next from you coming up in this new year? What are you working on, bro?
So right now, what I just did, I just released a bunch of new singles for the end of this quarter, but this first quarter coming up, and what I'm working on now, I'm working on my EP. It's going to be about 5 songs, maybe 6 songs. And I'm going to be putting that out right now. We have a record right now on radio, as you know, called Do It for the Gram. And then the remix is Do It for the Brand. That's getting a lot of pull. We're getting a lot of radio play on that. So shout out to all the DJs and to everyone who's supporting the record. I appreciate it. And right now, I'm also executive producer right now. I'm working on some stuff with Landon Brown. That's Bobby Brown's oldest son. He writes with me in my publishing company as well, because I own my own publishing company. So I got like over 3,000 placements on TV and film. Did a lot of big theme song records and stuff like that. Like I did a theme song to Black Lightning. So that's when I started really understanding like the money where the publishing is at, like synchronization, licensing from TV and film. So I like to make cinematic music. So doing that for the past 10 years, I've learned how to kind of create cinematic music, right? Because I'm giving them what they're asking for to get stuff placed on TV and film. So I said, I need to do that for my own music. So I can get my own music, placed on TV and film. Because all the stuff I do for them is like catered and it's for them. It's not nothing. It's no personal stuff for me. They pay me to do what I do and I get the back end money as well. They boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on just releasing my own EP and then, doing some, just working on music publishing and getting more records placed on TV and film, shooting more visuals as well,
So I think that's where it's at. Yeah, definitely. The visuals and getting that EP out there, the single game. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you tapping in with us today. Let everybody know where they can find you. And, of course, you can hit his @ link and follow and subscribe and all that good stuff. Man, where can they find you, Red?
You can go to my website, which is OmegaRedSuperFan.com. So the Superfan is spelled SUPAFAN, and Omega Red Superfan is my Instagram handle as well. you follow me, hit me up. I'll hit you right back. Also go on to, once you go onto the website, all my social media platforms that I'm on are right on there. You can click and make sure you register to my email list and also subscribe to my YouTube page. I'm trying to get my numbers up, and I appreciate all the love and support. And I'll hit you right back. I'm not like, I care about my fans. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they act like they care, but I'm really interactive, with my fans, because without the fans, I'm nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? Without the DJ support in media, I'm nothing. So I appreciate all the support. Anything you want to do. I'm also a business consultant as well. So I have my hands in a lot of different things. So I'm all about empowering and helping people and educating people actually in the music business as well, to show you how to actually make money in the business.
That's dope, bro. I'll definitely be tapping in with you. Let's keep in touch. And I appreciate you. Thanks for checking in with us today, bro. Appreciate it.
Bro. And listen, man, look, I'll come out to Minnesota, man. I haven't been out there in a minute. So last time I was out there, I did a show, and I think Peter Parker he was hosting for it was the Ying Yang Twins or something like that. It was live, man. It was live. But I'll come back out there, man. Let me know, man. I'll come out there. We can do our thing, man.
Cool, man. That's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate it, man. Awesome, right, man. I wish you much success, brother.
Appreciate
continued success.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself out there, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Peace.
Peace.